Chelsea fans, they warned us. They told us in advance there will not be any transfers. It's going to be a quiet January. However, we believed opposite. We thought they would come to their senses. We thought they would strengthen the first team, but they didn't. We're going to talk about it, the whole January window, and why we only can blame ourselves. Because when somebody tells you what they're going to do, why do you expect the different side of effects? Because you have higher standards than certain directors or ownership group. We're going to talk about it. Who came in, who left, and an overall grading of the system. Also, we're going to break down the victory against West Ham. Chelsea win 2-1 against West Ham. Chelsea go back into the top 4. All of a sudden, everyone's a little bit more happy. We're 2 points clear from Newcastle and Manchester City. We're creating a little gap on Bournemouth, and we're catching up to Nottingham Forest. We've got the good, the bad, and the downright ugly from that game. This is the post-match review. Let's get into the game, but before we get started, number one, hit a like button. 1,000 likes really tells YouTube that you lot enjoy this content and more people should see it. And number two, we're on the road to 40k. We're like 980 people now away. So if you guys can subscribe, it really would mean a lot to me, because it's a milestone that I want to hit. So let's get into it. From the jump, I want to make it clear. If I was in charge of Chelsea, I would not run Chelsea the way Blue Co is running Chelsea. What Chelsea are doing at this moment in time is buying young players, waiting for some of them to develop, some of them will be good enough, some of them will be getting sold on. All in all, it's a system that I'm not convinced could lead us to league titles. However, what I don't do on this platform, other people can do this, but I don't do this. I don't come here and just moan about how bad things are. I try to look at it through individual lenses, right? Was this a good signing? Do I think he's good? Do I think he can be better? Do I think this player actually has talent? Or do I actually think that this is a huge mistake? However, what I need to tell you from the jump is, do you remember that time when life was rosy, we were going to Everton, and you know, if we got a win, we were going top of the Premier League. And I was telling you guys, look, enjoy the ride, buckle up, let's just go for the ride. When was the last time we were in this position? And people were telling me, we're not in a title race, we're not in a title race. Everyone was downplaying expectations. And everyone now is having the same go at Maresca. Oh, he has no ambition. But when all of you said we're not in a title race, it was okay. But when he says we're not in a title race and we're not that great team, then it's a problem. So for me, do you remember that time? There was an article that came out during that period, and it said, Chelsea believe the squad is in a very good place. They also believe that at this moment in time, they don't need to do much business in January. Everything's going to be safe for the summer. I remember it because I reported it and I said it's going to be quiet. And I said, look, the squad is stacked. We had Joao Felix and Nkunku coming off the bench. We had Pedro Neto, we had Noni, we had Mudryk and Sancho. I was like, that is a lot of attacking options. Whether Maresca trusts them, completely different conversation. We can have that debate on another day. However, there are plenty of options. So what happened in this window? As the window went on, Chelsea fans wanted more transfers. Chelsea fans firstly wanted a centre-half. The centre-half, we got Trevor Chalobah on a recall. For me, very good business, right? It's the mature thing to do. If you can't go and get somebody, there's rumours that we could have went and got Morello. I don't believe it now. I think this is just briefings. Not a chance there's that deal getting done when Nottingham Forest could make the Champions League, right? So we went and got Trevor Chalobah. Good. I like it. Then what did we do? We got one signing. And the signing is Amogu. Amogu is from St. Etienne. He has joined Chelsea officially. And this is a move, not for us, but it's a move for Strasbourg. So he's going to come in. He's going to bed into the culture at Chelsea for the next 3 months. He's going to be cover in the midfield. He's not expected to get much minutes. We've already been told this by Fabrizio and others. However, in the long term, Santos comes in. Santos is part of the first team. Amogu goes to Strasbourg to develop more. For me, this is very, very, very interesting because overall, does he actually resolve any of our issues? No. Is he going to get used? I don't think so. Am I open-minded to be surprised? 100%. That is my take on the transfers in. Overall, from a A to a U grading, I think this is an E. A solid E. Them ones, I could give it an F. This is an E. You got me Trevor Chalobah, which got you from a U to an E. You got me a Amogu, which doesn't move anything. You didn't get me a striker. It's an E grade. Now we need to talk about the transfers out. You got one player out on a permanent. Cesare Casadei, he negotiated the whole year. He went to Torino, 13 million euros. Happy days, right? You got him, you got a 25 million sell-on fee. Bravo. You're going to make profit on that. It has to happen, right? For us to balance the books, make up the losses that we don't have in terms of having a bigger stadium, moves like this have to happen. Then the loan army started. And this is where it gets very political. We got the Sassy out. The fact that you got me £5 million and the Sassy to Aston Villa to make them weaker, brilliant. That deserves a bravo. Joao Felix going to AC Milan last day of the window. After all window you were trying to shop Christopher Nkunku, I'm not happy with. I genuinely believe, especially when I saw Nkunku come on left wing and I see him and I go, what are we doing here? He is not a left winger. Joao can play left wing. He played there for Barcelona. He played there for moments for Atletico Madrid. We've seen him play there for Chelsea. This guy can actively do their role. Is he the best player in the world there? No. Is he better than Nkunku there? Yes. But you let Joao Felix go as a favour to Mendes to AC Milan. Bad move. Then Renato Vega. Listen, Renato Vega wants to play. Renato Vega had a lot of pressure from his international manager. It's obvious nowadays, right? You need to play football to play for my side. He's gone to Juventus, first game, he's starting at left centre-back. Congrats to him, he's getting minutes. He's going to come back to Chelsea. We're going to see what happens. I don't think we ever see Renato Vega play for Chelsea again. And honestly, I'm not that fussed. I don't think he's that good. My personal opinion. We can live without Renato Vega. Furthermore, Carney Chukwuemeka. Finally, we got Carney a move that he deserves. Carney has gone to Dortmund. Carney has been absolutely exiled. I never understood it. I thought Carney was a very good player. Carney's got exiled. He's gone to Dortmund. And now at Dortmund, he's got a £35 million option and a £40 million euros and £35 million option. Dortmund could activate it. I highly doubt it. They're not in the business of doing that, right? He's going to have a good 6 months there. Going to come back and we're going to do this whole whoop-de-whoop again. And somehow we're going to try selling. I don't know what's happening. And the final move is Caleb Wiley. We recalled Caleb Wiley to get an international slot. That slot will go to hopefully David Washington. He's gone on loan to Watford. This is good for him. He's going to go and play football. Overall, this is going to be good development for the kid. Now, what do I grade for their outgoing? What I'm going to grade their outgoing is a D. I don't think they done well. I think they just about passed the class. I think a D grade is just about passing the class. You are not smart. You're not the average. But you know what? You just did enough to scrape it through to the next year. That's the sad reality of this window for me, for the outgoings. You done okay for Cassidy. You annoyed me with Felix, you get a U grade for that. It just makes no logical sense. Carney's deal took far too long. Disasi's deal was good. I give you a C for that. The Viega deal just came out of the blue. It's a poor deal to make purely based on the fact that we've got no left back right now. And Caleb Wiley's just shifting accountancy, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you go over there, you go over there. There's players like Jaja Selina that's still at the club. Overall, they get a D, an E and a D. Overall, this makes it like an E window. Like, if I'm being kind, it's a D. Overall, we are weaker than we were on January the 1st. The squad is weaker than we were on January the 1st. For me, that's a huge problem. And it's a problem that we're going to have to hopefully work our way around. But now let's review the game. First of all, it's very good to get back to winning ways. I think that is so important. 2 wins in 8 now. Hopefully we can go on a little run. Chelsea Football Club need to win football matches. It doesn't matter how we do it. All that matters now is we secure top 4. They can tell us it's not the expectation. As fans, we demand top 4. We want to hear that Champions League anthem around the bridge next season. What was good about this game? Number one, the team showed character. Listen, when they went 1-0 down, I panicked. I can't lie to you. I was like, oh my God, this is going to end in a defeat. We aren't going to be good. They came out in the second half. They showed grit. They showed determination. And we got the luck that we deserved through that winner from Cole Palmer. He gets the ball on the left-hand side, plays around with Wan-Bissaka, crosses the ball, deflects, loops in. Palmer slightly walks off. Guiu's hugging him. It's a deflected chance that we deserved and we earned. We had them on the ropes and we finally went for the kill and we got exactly what we wanted. The next thing that I think won us the game though, Enzo Maresca given the players 6 minutes to recover after that diabolical performance in the first half. What happened? They came out for 6 minutes. He said, this ain't working for me. I'm sorry. Jaden, off. Neto, get your ass on that pitch. Oh, one more thing. Jackson, off. Guiu, get on the pitch. And all of a sudden, Neto's energy gave us a spark. Guiu's build-up play, Guiu's tenacity, Guiu's occupancy of the centre half, it just changed the game. It gave their defenders something to think about. Jackson is not confident at all. All that confidence he had at the start of the season when he was banging in goals is evaporated. And Guiu is more of a target man. You know, like for an 18, 19-year-old kid, he's built like a tank. He's super athletic. He's a freak athlete. He runs around like crazy. And he just causes chaos. I don't know whether his finishing is going to be up to par, but he caused chaos and just pressed. And for us, we needed that. And what ended up happening was Neto got us back into the game. And it was so evident in how it was done. We started getting more men into the box. We were crossing the ball into the box. And all Cucurella was getting on the end of it. And what happened was Guiu's physical presence tried to header it. He missed it. It got to Cucurella, it crossed the back across the box. Pedro's there. It deflects out to him, smashes it through the legs of the keeper. 1-1, and he does this little thing where he does these like 4 celebrations when he scores. However, he said a few things after the game I didn't appreciate. He said, sometimes you're the best player in the world, sometimes you're a bad player, the worst player in the world. And he basically didn't like the criticism. All I'm going to say is, I'm one of his biggest fans, right? Everyone on this channel knows I really rate the player highly. But when you have 2 goals by game week 24, you can't be chatting big man. You can't. You are a £55 million signing. You cannot have 2 goals in this period. And your performances aren't even there for me to defend you. You need to do better. Furthermore, we need to talk about Enzo, Caicedo, Cuckoo, and Palmer. What I really like about those 4, that quadrant there, is they're clearly our best players. They're the ones that don't drop below the standard of a 7 out of 10. No matter, if they do get 1 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, next week you can almost guarantee that they're going to be back to a certain standard. And you saw it yesterday. Caicedo and Enzo, in that second half, things weren't going well, buckled up, got control of that midfield, and we regained confidence in the team. Palmer contributed with the goal, and I'm going to call it an assist because deflected, but he was creating chances, free kick almost went in, creating chances left, right and centre. Cucurella just leading the team forward, good leadership role in this team. I'm really liking how they're developing and how Cucurella's influencing them with his age, you know, and Palmer's already got that elite mentality. Enzo's already got that grit of winning. Caicedo already is the general in that midfield. You can really tell that those 2 in the midfield are building some sort of a relationship and slowly getting us to a standard where we just need a few more around them to raise their game to 7 out of 10 consistently, and we can be better. The next 2 I want to get to that stage is Reece James, once he stays fit, can be there. And I also want a Levi Colwill and hopefully a Jurgensen to get up there. You know, them ones where we're getting consistent performances. You get 7 players out of 11 consistently giving you a 7 out of 10, you're going to win a heck of a lot of games and you're definitely going to make top 4. And the final thing I want to say is Enzo Maresca for dropping Sanchez and giving us Jurgensen. How nice did it feel that Jurgensen just weren't making us panic? I think he had 1 miss kick in the first half, and Gary Neville was like, ooh, he's trying to cause chaos. Other than that, Jurgensen was just really good on set pieces. He was really commanding of his box, good save, or like I think when he needed to be. And all in all, Jurgensen he was a non-factor in the game. And do you know how refreshing that is to say about a goalkeeper? Genuinely, that's what you want for your goalkeeper, not to be involved. I don't want my goalkeeper to be a topic of conversation. And a lot of people don't understand what I mean by that. I mean, if he has to make a save, he has to make a save. But I don't want him to be a conversation every time he gets the ball. Every time a corner happens, I'm panicking whether he's going to be able to come and collect, whether he's just acting like a clown. So for me, bravo Jurgensen. In my opinion, you keep your slot for the next game. The bad thing, that first half can't happen again. It genuinely cannot happen again. That first half was diabolical. It was slow. Apart from Enzo Fernandez, no one had any urgency. No one had any desire. No one had any panache to get the ball. You genuinely had... Noni Madueke had 1 good opportunity. He looked okay. And the reason he looked okay was because Jadon Sancho's not offering nothing on the other end. Like, for those of you that watched Beyblade in the past, Jadon Sancho literally plays like a Beyblade. He just goes around in circles with the ball. He's really not achieving anything. He's just in that ring of that left wing zone where he just carries the ball, releases it. Carries the ball, releases it. Everything is recyclable. He doesn't do anything to directly contribute to an attack. It looks cute, it looks silky, but it's ineffective. He doesn't win challenges. He just basically, he's just a recycling machine. He is our version of Grealish. And I think you need more than that if you're going to be a Chelsea starting winger. And especially if you want to win the league one day. That is a position that we have to upgrade on. And personally, I think more needs to be demanded of him. We demand so much more of Noni Madueke that we don't hold to the same standard of a Jadon Sancho. People are going to come. 1 goal, 2 goals, 6 assists, Alex. What are you talking about? I don't care. I really don't care, because for me, my eyes tell me a different story. You're not contributing enough. I need more from you. I know the player that you could be, and you're not being. So for me, I need more. The next thing I want to talk about is Enzo Maresca. You use Nkunku on that left-hand side. You decide to use him on that left-hand side. Why were you not doing this when Joao was here? Genuinely, you let Joao go. When Joao could be that left-hand side, Felix had that left-hand side potentially his. The ability to carry the ball, the ability to be a man, the ability to come into the box, half turn, receive the ball, all of a sudden, the whole defense collapses on him, he releases it, or he takes a shot, tests the keeper. Nkunku looks disinterested, and I'm very worried that every minute that goes by, his value is getting lower and lower. That 65 that you asked, that 40 that you were receiving, will become 35, 30 really quickly. He wasn't poor, but he was non-existent and ineffective, in my personal opinion. I don't know what you guys think. I think we got a problem there. And the ugly, Levi Colwill gave away a goal. And it's individual errors again that cost us a goal. However, and this is the big however, we can't drop him. Who, hand on your heart, but yeah, tell me now, who do you drop Levi for? Chalobah? Chalobah made mistakes against Manchester City. Toussaint? Toussaint, for that goal, he's just as culpable. Levi gave a stupid pass. Toussaint jumped out of the way of a challenge. The last man back didn't put in a challenge to block the shot. He stepped away from Bowen. You can't do that. I'm sorry, big man, you can't do that. And I'm sorry, Colwill, you need to be better, man. When you're under pressure like that, boot it out. Boot it out. When in doubt, boot it out. You learned this from a kid. So for me, overall, it's 3 points, but we need to be better. Must be better. So the next game is Brighton at home in the Premier League. Then I think we've got Aston Villa away. Brighton and Aston Villa away, back-to-back games. Leicester and Southampton. I demand at least 10 points. I want at least 10 points. Like, prior to this span of 5 games, I said I would really love if we got 12. I think 13 would have been unreal. If we somehow get 13 points, honestly, I'll be over the moon. Because what it'll mean for me is this team's going to make top 4. I will literally come out here with chest and say we're making Champions League football. Yeah, at the end of this run, if we have another, if we are on 53 points, but after the next 4 games, we are in a very, very good position. We'll essentially just need 17 points from the last 30 available. Do you know how great that will be for us? We could do it. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out.